Hi guys, and welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, we're using the fantastic Divi Supreme Modules plugin today, and you'll need the Pro version installed and activated to achieve this effect today. And what we've got dual buttons, and each of these buttons is going to pop up a video into a lightbox. Of course, you can just click on to play your video. And these little buttons are great because they've also got a little tooltip, so when you hover over them, you can put a description in there if you want to. Really easy to do with Supreme Modules, so let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is enable the Visual Builder. Okay, I'm going to go down to where I want to work. I've just got a row here, and it's got two columns. I'm going to click on the button to add a module. Divi is standard, comes with all the light grey modules, plenty enough to build just about any site. When you install Supreme Modules Pro, you get 50 of these blue ones here, and there's some fantastic ones. And not only do you get these extra modules, you get some extensions that really are a fantastic addition to the Divi theme. So here's our Supreme button. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. Move it over here so we can see what we're doing. We're building in this column here today. Put in whatever you want your buttons to say here. So I'm going to say 3D flipbox. And let's put in gradient headline. And as you can see, it's put in two buttons right here. The reason mine are purple and blue with the white, that's how I've got them set up in my customizer. But you can customize these buttons to look however you want in the design tab, and I'll show you that in a moment. So if we roll down, still on the content tab, we've got the links drop down right here, button 1, button 2. I'm going to leave it on URL link. There's various different types of link you can pop up: emails, phones, SMS, Facebook Messenger and Skype. I'm going to leave mine on URL for this today. And what we need to do is put the video URL of our video right here in the button URL, and it'll support YouTube, Vimeo and Dailymotion, I believe. So let's go grab our first one, which is 3D Flipbox. So I'm just going over to YouTube, getting the shareable link, and I'm going to paste it in button 1 URL there. And I'm going to do the same thing for number 2, which is our create a gradient headline. And I'm going to paste that in there. This is irrelevant because if we scroll down a bit, we've got open as image lightbox, video lightbox. I'm going to use open as video lightbox. I'm also going to say users tooltip just underneath. That way we can, when they hover over the button, we can type some content in here. Now we're on button 2 at the moment. So for the tooltip, I'll say how to create a gradient headline. If I hover over that now, as you can see, it pops it up right there. And you can style this and have it where you want it to pop up over in the design tab there. And it says show arrow down below. And it's hard to see because I've got a dark background on here, but there's a little arrow on the tooltip there. You can turn it off or on here. Change the size of the tooltip. We can place the tooltip above where it is at the moment, on the bottom, left or right. I think top or bottom would be good. I think bottom works quite nicely as well, so I'll leave it on that. You can choose to fade it in from a direction if you prefer by doing that. If you want to, you can put a separator between the buttons. You can either put in some text or just put a little pipe in between if you want to, like that. It's very hard to see, it's dark and dark at the moment. I really don't want anything in there. But if you want to put text between your buttons, you can do that right there. And you can choose to make the separator text full width on mobile, so it's got a line of itself. Or you can take it away on the mobile if it doesn't work for you. But I don't want any text in between my buttons today. I'm perfectly happy with those. Let's go back to our links. And we'll go to button 1 now. We've got our link in and the URL. I want to use this as a video lightbox too. And I'm going to use a tooltip on here as well. How to create 3D flipbox. And again, I'm going to put the tooltip on the bottom. And we'll use fade in direction as well. There we go. Okay, well let's move on to our design tab now. Button alignment, that's fine. I want mine in the middle of the actual module that it's in itself, which is great. And here's a lightbox effect. You can choose the background color of the lightbox. For anybody that doesn't know, when a lightbox pops out, it sort of darkens out the background color of the video, so you're focusing on whatever's popping up, and you can change the color here and set the max width if you want to. Text, it's fine. I've got no text, so it doesn't really matter. Separated text was that text that I was talking about in the middle, and you've got all the usual things you have with any Divi text module. You can choose a font, and Divi literally has hundreds of fonts to choose from. Just go in here, hover over, it'll show you an example of the text. I'm going to leave mine on the default. You can make it bold, semi-bold, however you want here. Usual sort of text features, capitalize, set the alignment. But I've really got nothing to worry about. We're just using our buttons, but if you wanted to style, you had some and you wanted to style it, this is where you'd do it. So moving on down, we do have tooltips. So tooltip 1, background color, is the generic at the moment. So let's perhaps make that a dark blue. I'll just put in a regular blue and you'll see immediately it's changed. And there's the little arrow that I was talking about. You couldn't really see it on the background there. And Divi has some great color sets for you. If you want more colors, simply click on the 3 little dots there and it'll give you color palettes to choose from. And again, you can change the font on the tooltip, make them however you want right here. Same text options as you've got in all text modules with Divi. Now I don't want any box shadow or anything on there. That's fine. Tooltip 2, we'll make that the same color as well. There we go, fantastic. Okay, sizing. You can make the sizing between the text separator gap larger or smaller, which is the gap in the middle. We're not using that today, but if you wanted to, you could do that here. We've got button 1 and button 2 sizing down below. Now, like I say, mine are using the default styles from my theme here that I've set in the theme customizer, but you can change them any way you want by going into button 1, button 2, turning the custom styles on. You can change the text size, button text color, background color, and if you go up to the dark writing, hit the little arrow there, you can, regular desktop color is, or regular button color is desktop right here. When they hover over it, you can have a completely different color or gradient or video if you want to. Rolling on down, if you want to put border radiuses, make your button round, you can do that here. The default's 3 pixels. If you wanted to make them sort of pill shaped or something like that, give them a high value, something like 50. And as you can see, that'll turn that into a pill shaped button. I'm happy with the way it was. And like most Divi modules, if you do something you don't like, simply select it, delete it, it'll go back to the default for you. Okay, we're just about done here. If you need to change the icon that's on your button, you can do so right here. Or if you want to turn it off, you can do so right here. There's icon color and where the icon's actually placed. And you can choose, at the moment the default is just show it on hover. If you want it to show all the time, simply switch that to off, it'll be there all the time. Okay, well I'm pretty happy right now. Don't need to do anything else to our styling. We've got our video URLs in there, so we should be good to go. So let's save our changes. Save the page changes. And exit the Visual Builder. There's our little buttons down here, and when I click on it, it's going to pop up the video there. Obviously, video will start playing, and button 2, and we can start playing. So there you go, guys. That's how easy it is to do dual buttons with video pop-ups using the fantastic Divi Supreme Modules plugin. I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.